coming out. We go to Social Education Committee. My name is Jimmy. I'm the coordinator. And these are my associates. We have Mercedes, we have Alex, and we have Kevin, Dream Team. Today we're going to be talking about artificial intelligence and whether or not this is the beginning of the end or a new beginning.
We mentioned self-driving cars, and for us that's all awesome. We could drive to work, read a book, take a nap, listen to some music, and it's very easy for us. But it also has social benefits to people that are like disabled, and they can't drive themselves to work or whatever the case is, and they rely on friends or family or public transportation. So that's one significant social benefit. So if I write on the board, I love econ, econ is fun. All of us in this room can read it, understand it, agree, disagree with that statement. But how do you program, how do you code a robot to like read that, number one, and also process that? So artificial neural networks takes in information and applies more of like a human cognitive process to that. And we see that in things like voice recognition software, facial, or even image recognition software.
Hi everyone. How are you doing? So there's a little story I like to tell about this. It's a good metaphor. So there's two guys. One of them has a horse and one of them has a car. The guy with the horse goes up to the guy with the car and says, you look dumb. Your car looks dumb, and I don't like you. And the guy with the car is kind of like, who are you? But anyways, they decide to have a race. Eventually, the horse ends up winning, but the horse works so hard, it dies from exhaustion, which is sad. But the point of the story is that the car didn't get exhausted. The car could keep going, and the car kept developing. Now, think of the horse as the human brain and the car as AI. When Instagram was acquired by Facebook for $1 billion, they only had 13 employees. In that same year, Kodak went out of business, which had 125,000 employees. So, there's a real question of how many jobs are we going to lose? Are these middle-class jobs? Is this going to create a greater income inequality? And is this technological revolution really such a good thing? These are ethical questions that Kevin's going to answer.
This is a very rapidly growing field. It's a day-to-day basis. It's always changing. Today's big data is tomorrow's data, and the government's always going to be playing catch up. We're going to see pros and cons of the utilization of both these factors. Specifically for pros, we're going to see cheaper, better quality goods and services, and also better safety provided by our governments, but we're going to see a very large infringement on our privacy. I'm sure most of you have your GPS services on your phones right now, and that's allowing Google and Facebook to track your location at any given point in time. So you're probably used to this, you don't really care, but those things are kind of being stored for purposes, I don't know, good or bad, but it's not my job to say.
See, here at Penn State, a lot of us are econ majors, and we hope that in the next 40 years that we'd be able to say in economics, but the way AIs can change the economy and technology, we don't really know if that's going to be the case. So education is going to have to respond to this and mold into a new form of education that focuses more on character skills. And you might think, well, does this mean that computer-based learning is the way of education in the future? Is that only going to be AI? And it does not seem like that would be anywhere in the near future or ever, because kind of like you would say therapists, teachers, you need that human-to-human contact, because AI is not going to be able to teach these students, empathy and other traits that would be needed in this new workforce. However, it could be more of like a companion to teachers and maybe a tutor for the students, but then just an extra aid that teachers have down the road.